worry about it, sis. He gon' get it for the low. I wanna see him dead for a nigga gotta go. Fucking with a nation, he don't wanna let go. And also, he don't wanna see us grow. Hang us in the trees, then watch his bodies rot. Put us in the fire, man, it gotta be hot. Put us in a cell, man, it gotta be hell. Do you know? I got you. White man, goddamn devil, man. The way he done our people, man, is unhuman, man. And the wicked don't stop, trying to adopt, but this shit don't stop. Praying that they fall, wanna see them all fall. Not one, not two, wanna see them all fall, that they do not rise. Happy she be when he does your little one. See, I know things they don't want you to know. Act like we ain't never told you before. Devil on the earth, there was murder that he wrote. Don't worry about it, brother, he gon' reap what he sowed. Don't worry about it, sis, he gon' get it for the low. I wanna see him dead for a nigga gotta go. Fucking with a nation, he don't wanna let go. And also, he don't wanna see us grow. Hang us in the trees, then watch bodies rot. Put us in the fire, man, it gotta be hot. Put us in a cell, man, it gotta be hell. Do you know how it feels when you can't fight back? Weak ass cops don't know about Jack. No, they really wanna see a little weak nigga. But I'm black, all black on my feet, nigga. Martin Luther King had a dream, nigga. No matter what it seems, we ain't free, nigga. I would never join hands with my enemies, knowing that the crackers trying to get rid of me. Ain't no cracker really ever did shit for us. Only give back what they took from us. I only want blood, I don't want your love, cause I get enough from the most high above. Can't take it back, too late for that. Don't cry now, too mad for that. Crackers gon' die, I'ma drink to that, yeah.
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen blocks, heavy on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. It's to help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting all the fiends. Without that crack, he was just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt the sand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by. Don't extend a hand, cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I could never leave my spot vacant, cause I'm black. I see crowns and I take it cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading. Go, I don't play that shit. Address them when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood we was strapped 10 toes down. We wear sacks. Substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chilling hard. Right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard. But I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say, mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats. But the Bible is the cheat code. Far blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. Like cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black, but she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't pay 2K just cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black, but I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Timbs. So they know they can't butter him, so they rather jail cell muzzle him. If you touching him, ain't just comfort him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace bringer, no tranquility, a peace bringer. Deuce in the street sweeper, covers clip, I be spicing shit. But gunned I would die in the icy wrist, that showed in my chest ain't for blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all when you blocking shit, cause I'm black. You think I gotta cock the fit? Well, that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he got a beef for me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black, ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black, but she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black, but she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. So I'm black.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Purchase your tracks today.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it. Made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. You became whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage? 2 words for soft niggas. What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminist symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This a death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit, I'ma mix your lean with some Grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for's when the earth inherited by the piss poor. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no picks or no cards to hold. Holy angels watch my steps and block guard my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga. Let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God never been 50-50. I should now awake and sleep a cell. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender. A rebel without a cause, as long as I remember. Not taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge and beauty, I'm a beast. I told the bitch she can't eat, let she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. One call fall on him like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastator, I'm calculating my next move. UBK will real niggas seek refuge. Body shots for pause, that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your move on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog down by the letter. And live by that protocol, walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope in forget the struggles. Life like some war, resist, or get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure, election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. All gold like a German shepherd, young and a restless, wear honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga.
Purchase your tracks today.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Test 1, 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster.
But all your hard times will vanish.
The sheep is hiding, that camp they crying, our people be siding. The earth colliding, bullets be flying, Israel dying, mothers be crying, the white man be lying. With all the billions in the world, as we aim for the sky, the white man is the devil, want a piece of the pie. On your knees praying, asking the high power, why the BHN is always getting devoured. Cause he conditioned your mind to being a coward, and talk like a Christian, shout like a Christian. Everybody Muslim that want to be Christian. Fact is, tune in and listen. Isupk classes, teaching our masses with the scriptures. There is no contradiction. Fake camps, there is no competition. You can't love Esau and teach the scriptures. So just what?
I wish that every single one of these motherfucking crackers would.
For thy violence against Jacob, your perpetual hatred, you gotta. Esau's gotta burn, as it says in the word. You gotta.
Just vanish.
No more waking up before 4 a.m. to build apartments that a nigga can't afford to live in. No more contemplating robbing a bank, or what'll happen if I put my boss up with the shank. Because I'm talking to me crazy, straight abusing his rank, and the satisfaction ain't worth catching a case. And I gotta do this shit here for my son's sake. But it's hard in this world when you're surrounded by snakes. If they was gone, my father probably would have been in my life. My nigga Mike wouldn't have lost 30 years of his life. My nigga Jailan would probably be rocking a mic instead of me wishing I could bring her back while I write. No more brothers that's whipping up in the kitchen. No more daughters stripping or even selling the kitten. No more pigs planting evidence for phony convictions. We could enjoy this whole planet, every black and Hispanic, if they just.
I wish that every single one of these motherfucking crackers would.
For thy violence against Jacob, your perpetual hatred, you gotta. Esau's gotta burn, as it says in the word. You gotta.
Just vanish.
Yo, suck my dick, kiss my ass, you can't hold me, nigga. I'm a breeze, you catching bullets, so who hold me, nigga? Oh, 2018, I'm disowning niggas. Don't feel bad for them, nah, that's what I'm on, niggas. Niggas think it's about flowing, rhyming words, with my words rhyming, this wolf can flow backwards. You're the white man, the double, and the truth is black, etc., etc. The average nigga saying that will never pull the lever when it's necessary. York nigga, legendary, ill town, breaded heavy. I'm a beast and a savage, you can't tame or train it, it's hereditary. Pops is one, so son is one. I got the gun, it got a drum. Hey yo, who you gon' call if I pull a straight Baciete and leave your noodles opposed to al dente? Break your taco meat cause you ain't like it crunchy. Yeah, the crackers should vanish, but if you acting like them, you could vanish with them. Treat your back like a wall and commit vandalism. I had to hand it to him once he stopped fucking with the crackers. Now I won't reject them when he
I
died.
wish that every single one of these motherfucking crackers would.
For thy violence against Jacob, your perpetual hatred, you gotta. Esau's gotta burn, as it says in the word. You gotta.
Just vanish.
Started out at 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commanding General Yohana, right in the middle of here. All right. We're gonna get it in tonight. Tonight we back again with another scripture breakdown class. You know what I'm saying? Any biblical question that you have, you can definitely type it into the chat. I see the chat right here. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. Akwathian. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters that come to the class. The water for joining us. And we're gonna get to the questions in the class. You have any questions? Type them into the chat. Or right now, we're gonna take the questions in the room. Any questions in the room before we get into the topic tonight? No questions in the room. If there's any questions online, you know what I'm saying, just type your questions in and I answer it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have the answer, we'll definitely table the question till I can get the answer for you. Tonight, you know what I'm saying, we definitely need to touch on Halloween. We're going to go into the history of Halloween. We're going to go into how Halloween started. We're going to go into how, you know, the whole background of why, you understand, you know, there's, you know, such thing called trick or treat here in America. Sunday night is so-called, Sunday is so-called Halloween. Sunday night is when, you know what I'm saying, every child, you know, in America that's able, you know what I'm saying, besides the children that's in the ISUPK, besides the people that's in the ISUPK, brothers and sisters that have dedicated their life to following, you know, what Christ and, you know, all the disciples and, you know what I'm saying, the prophets before them laid down, we will not be celebrating Halloween. You understand? Halloween is a wicked day. It's a day disguised as, you know, fun for being scared. But you know what I'm saying? Like only in America can you turn fun into, you know, being scared out your mind into fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never, here in America, you can turn anything and be anything you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can be anything here in America, I mean, all the way to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? You can be a full out man with, you know, all male, you know, features and characteristics, but claim yourself to be a woman. And here in America, you can do that. Here in America, you can be a full out beard having man and be like, you know, I don't identify as Mr. You got to call me Mrs. And then, as insane as that is, everybody around you has to join in the insanity and say, well, you know, it's a hate crime if they don't classify this man as a woman. He identifies in mind as a woman. So if we don't call him she, Mrs., then he can get upset and accuse us of a hate crime, accuse you of a hate crime, and you know, win in America. In America, we can glorify being scared. Now, as a young child, you know what I'm saying? You know, a young child, different things make you scared. The dark make you scared. You know what I'm saying? Strange people make you scared. Certain kind of situations, strange situations will make you afraid as a child. You know, loud noises made you, you know, frighten the child. You make a loud pop noise in front of a baby busts out crying, baby's afraid. You startle the baby. And that's looked down upon, except for one day a year. One day a year, you understand, America promotes being frightened. They promote, you know, scaring yourself on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like they promote the whole, you know, I'm going to be scared. I know this is scary, but I'm going to do it. And they promote dangerous situations, man. Dangerous situations are promoted all on one day. One day out the year, you understand? One day out the year, you can act like the purge. You can be the purge one day out of the year here in America. You can full out, you know, you can full out commit crime and disguise yourself and it'd be okay. Because this is the day to wear masks. Halloween is a day you can walk out with the Scream mask on. Remember the movie Scream? You can walk out with the whole Scream mask on, walk in the buildings, walk outside, and you don't get stopped. You don't get, nothing happened to you. Halloween is the day that you can, it's fun to go egg cars. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, brother, if you get pull up Night of Mischief. Night of Mischief. You know what I'm saying? Pull that up on your phone. And I'm gonna go into the history of while the brother get that. I'm gonna go into the history of let me bring my brother on K out of war waiting in here. Here we go. Boom. There he is. My man. All right. We're gonna get it in. Getting it in. I'm talking about the evil, wicked day of Halloween. And while the brother get the Night of Mischief, I'm gonna read a little bit about Halloween. All right. Okay. This is an article from history.com, right? You go to history.com, you'll see this article on Halloween. Halloween is a holiday celebrated each year on October 31st. And Halloween 2021 will occur Sunday, October 31st. The tradition with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes. So the so-called Halloween came from an ancient Celtic festival. If you want to chime in, K out of war, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know.
Come.
All right. It was an ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Now, anybody know the Celts? The Celts were, people that lived in Northern Europe during the Dark Ages. They're associated with the Druids. The Druids were the priests of the Celts. You know what I'm saying? They lived in Northern England, Scotland, Ireland. You know what I'm saying? They were the Celtic people, and they lived during the Dark Ages, right? So this was an ancient festival. Halloween comes from an ancient festival called it's spelled Samhain, Samhain. You really want to know what's going on Halloween and why America celebrates Halloween. This is why. It's from an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain or Samhain. Now, when you go into what Samhain is a pagan religious festival originating, like I said, an ancient Celtic spiritual tradition. Ancient Celts celebrated Samhain. All right, Samhain. It's usually celebrated from October 31st to November 1st to welcome in the harvest and usher in the dark half of the year. So the Celtics celebrated the last harvest of the year, the last time you could harvest something, because back then you had to grow what you eat. It was not like now where you know what I'm saying, you could just go down to the grocery store or whatever, pick up whatever you needed and bring it back. You had to grow during the summer months. That's when you grew. That's when from springtime all the way to this time of the year, you grew things. You grew the corn. You grew your greens, your vegetables, everything you could grow, the potatoes, all of what you needed to last you through the winter. You grew it during the summer. And during Samhain, this was the last time. This was celebrating the harvest, the fall harvest, right? The people that celebrated believe that the barriers. Now, see, this is where it gets twisted. The people of this time believed that the barriers between the spirit world would break down during Samhain, allowing more interaction between humans and denizens of the other world, meaning they believe during this time you could communicate better with spirits, with your dead grandmother and your auntie and the spirit of Christmas past or whatever the hell you want to call it. They believe that during Samhain, during the last festival harvest, the barriers between the dead world and the living world would break down. You understand? Like they wouldn't be so strong, and the dead could cross over during this time, and you could communicate with them. All right. Ancient Celts marked Samhain as the most significant of the 4 quarterly fire festivals. So now Samhain, when we go into it, I'll just keep reading. I'll just keep reading. Taking place at the midpoint between the fall equinox and the winter solstice. During this time of the year, hearth fires in family homes were left to burn out while the harvest was gathered. So during the day while they went to gather the harvest, they would light a hearth fire. Whatever the hell that is, you understand? This is where, like I said, this is where it starts to get twisted. This is where it starts to get convoluted in the whole celebration of Halloween, because it's from an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain, right? After the harvest work was complete, celebrants joined with Druid priests. That's the priests of the Celts, was the Druids, right? To light a community fire using a wheel that would cause friction and spark flames. You ever seen during Halloween, you see it sometimes on the TV, they'll have a wheel spinning and it's throwing off sparks and it's on fire, and ghouls and goblins be crowding around it like, ooh, that's that wheel. That's what it's talking about. It was tradition for them, the Druids, the priests. Now this is the people who they esteem as close to to God, to their gods. Right. Their priests would light a flame, a flaming wheel, and it would shoot off sparks. And that was the hearth. That was the hearth, spelled Hearth, the hearth fire, right? They would take a portion of this fire from this wheel and they would go keep it in their house, keep it burning, while they went and gathered the harvest. You understand? This is all Celtic ritual festivals, from a Celtic festival that Halloween comes from today. And America adopts all this culture as a big old melting pot. America wants to appease to everybody, just like the Christian church wants to appease to everybody. Right. Your Christian church is your quintessential ideal American ideology. They want to appeal to everybody. Don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to tell nobody they're wrong. And you know what I'm saying? It's just love and peace and prosperity for all. That's the Christian church in a nutshell. And Christ and God loves everybody. And, God and Jesus and the Holy Ghost all in one. Mary, Christ was born from a virgin. That's basically church in a nutshell. So now, the wheel was considered a representation of the sun and used along with prayers. Now they had prayers to go along with the spinning wheel. It represented the sun, because mind you now, this is during the time of the year where the days start to get shorter. The sun starts to disappear earlier. You understand? During the fall. You understand? It stays dark longer. So now that, now this whole festival is saying, okay, it's starting to get dark longer. We need to worship the sun so the sun will ever come back. You see what I'm saying? To give us the heat. So now, the wheel was considered a representation of the sun and was used along with prayers. Cattle were sacrificed. So now they're worshiping the God. Right. They would sacrifice cattle. And participants took a flame from the communal bonfire back to their home to relight the hearth, right? Early texts present Samhain as a mandatory celebration lasting 3 days and 3 nights, where the community was required to show themselves to local kings and chieftains. So you had to show yourself to the ones in authority. Failure to participate was believed to result in punishment from the gods, usually illness or death. So now, that, you know what I'm saying, like, this was very important. That was very important for the Druids and the Celts to celebrate Samhain, because they believed that they didn't celebrate it, that the gods will make them sick and they would die. You understand? So now, it says about the spirit world of Samhain. Because the Celts believed that the barrier between worlds was breachable during Samhain, they prepared offerings that were left outside villages and fields for fairies or seeds. I don't know what those are. Those are monsters. You understand? A fairy was to the Druids and to the Celts. A fairy was not that, you know, nice. The fairy was not Tinkerbell. You know what I'm saying? To the Celts, a fairy was a monster that came and stole you in the middle of the night. That's what a fairy was to the Celts. You understand? And they would try to ward off those fairies from taking them during Samhain. And now, the common question, I ask this question every year I teach Halloween. Why would the Celts believe that they needed to, you know, set food outside so fairies wouldn't take their people or kidnap them during Samhain? Why would they feel the need to do this? It's simple. Come on.
I don't know. Like the demons to.
They would set food outside the village. So of course the people are inside the village, right? They would set food outside the village, so when the fairies and the Sids would come and want to kidnap them, they would see the food there, to see the offering, and they wouldn't come and kidnap them. So my question is, why were people doing this? Why were people setting food outside for the fairies not to take them alive during this time of year?
Some kind of ritual?
It was a ritual. But why would they feel their whole explanation behind those people, the whole explanation behind it was, look, the fairies will come and get you if you don't celebrate Samhain. Fairies will come and get you and take you away. You'll never see your family again. You'll never see your mom and pop and, your loved ones. You'll never see them again because a fairy would have kidnapped you and carried you away. So why was they doing this? It's simple. You can say I give. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in the chat really understand what I'm getting at? Why was people, thinking that they need to leave food outside the city? You know what I'm saying? So that the fairies wouldn't come and take them. Why? Because people were getting taken. People were getting kidnapped and they were getting taken, stolen from their families during the Samhain celebration. You understand? Just imagine a whole village, a whole city full of people. Imagine downtown Charlotte, right? Full of people because of some the CIAA tournament, and it's masses of mobs of people in the street. You understand? Think about the person that's in that mob of people who don't like, you know, Michael, his next door neighbor he see over there across the street. That's there too, because the whole city is there. You understand? While everybody jumping up and down and celebrating, this is a great time to do something to them because you got cover. You got a diversion. You ever see the movie with like create a diversion while they go and do something else? Yeah, you got a good diversion, man. Just have you pull up Night of Mischief?
Concert.
What you got?
Night of Mischief is an informal holiday which children and teenagers engage in pranks and vandalism.
It's a what?
It is an informal holiday on which children and teenagers engage in pranks and vandalism.
They engage in pranks and vandalism. What happens during Halloween night? According to what you just read, what happens on Halloween night?
Like pranks and vandalism.
Come on, bring it home though.
Mischief.
Bring it all the way home. Think about your life. Go ahead.
Evil wickedness.
Hey man, look here. We used to egg everybody's car on Halloween. We egg everybody's door on Halloween. You found random pretty doors to go egg. You made sure you stole your mama's eggs and you went to egg cars. You TP'd houses. You threw toilet paper. You vandalized everything on Halloween, man. Salakia, because I can't. Halloween wasn't Halloween night until we egged somebody's car. That was the thing to go do, right, Cal War?
God.
Mischief, man. That was the thing to go do. Egg the car. Go ahead.
Salakia, so if I may, I looked up what the brother was just reading or something on the line. I Googled it, Night of Mischief, right? The first thing that popped up was some sneakers. Right? Nike Dunk Low Night of Mischief menswear. It was kind of like they just find some type of way to market something to us to make some money.
Right. They saying you're gonna be able to duck real low if you get these Nikes. So when you as you vandalizing these houses and egging these cars, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to get out of there. You're gonna be able to duck real low. You know what I'm saying? Just like Nike market shoes that say you supposed to be able to jump higher in these shoes. Remember, Spike Lee came out with the commercial. It's the shoes. It's the shoes. You know what I'm saying? And they was dunking and doing all kind of making all kind of baskets. You understand? Like them duck low Nikes gonna make you be able to escape. You be stealthy. Be more stealthy while you vandalizing on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Make you be undercover more. You know what I'm saying? They the 2020 duck low. Is it duck low?
Salakia. So it's called the Nike Dunk Low.
Oh, Dunk Low.
Night of Mischief. It's orange, black, and with the green bottom.
Oh man.
And then also too, Salakia, with the whole, it's a whole shortage of pumpkins and turkeys and Christmas trees. It's a whole shortage of that going on. But
because everybody buying the turkeys, having a big old Halloween dinner. Everybody finding, the pumpkins. You can kill it for a pumpkin. A pumpkin stands no chance of being something good and lovely on Halloween. All the pumpkins got, scary faces carved in them. You know what I'm saying? They destroying pumpkins, man. They ain't now one of nobody making no good pumpkin pie on Halloween. They taking the guts out and they destroying the pumpkin, trying to make a jack-o'-lantern, man. You understand? That's what's going on Halloween. It's the night of mischief, man. Vandalism. Just watch the news over the next few days, and you will see them reporting on all the vandalism that happened, all the mischief that happened, all the people that's missing during this time of year, man. You understand? And now, let me read a little bit. I'll read a little bit more on that, brother.
Concept. It says, it is known by a variety of names, including Devil's Night, Gate Night, Goosey Night, Moving Night, Cabbage Night, and Mac Night.
What? Good night. They should call it good night. You understand?
Right.
And not in a good way. This is what America is, man. You understand?
Well,
now I'm gonna read a little bit more of this right here. It says, it was expected that ancestors might cross over during this time as well, during the time of Samhain. And Celts would dress as animals and monsters so that fairies were not tempted to kidnap them. So the fairies wanted people. The fairies didn't want to kidnap, animals and dogs and cats and birds. The fairies wanted people, man. And I mean, it so describes the what was going on during that time where people would just disappear. And the only thing that's taking away people is people.
Right.
And the only way that's taking away other people is people. You see what I'm saying? And they were scared during this time. They were frightened to death because so many people was disappearing. They blamed it. They had to blame it on, something supernatural, something else. It's not a person doing this. This is a person, diabolical. So it's got to be some kind of fairy, some kind of monster that's doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now it says some specific monsters were associated with the mythology surrounding Samhain, included a shape-shifting creature called a Paka that receives harvest from offerings from the field. You understand? Like, of course, when they set these offerings outside the city for the fairies to get, the next day it will be gone. Of course, it's the middle of the night. They setting out food in front of the city. And the next night it will be gone. And they had to attribute that to a creature, a shape-shifting creature. Like, you couldn't see this creature because it could be anything. It could be a cat, a dog. And plus two, you set food outside the city. Who says the stray cats and dogs ain't eating and taking away? The coyotes and the birds and all that stuff. So they say it was a shape-shifting monster that came in and took the offering away, called the Paka. You understand? The Lady Gwen. There was another monster called Lady Gwen. Is a headless woman dressed in white who chases night wanderers and was accompanied by a black pig. You understand? That's Samhain, man. And now that's the Celtic festival of Samhain. It says, back to the original article, it says when people would they would light the bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. Now, they wore them costumes, put on those masks because, the fairies would not take them if they put on the masks. You understand? That's what they believe. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor all saints too. See, you see what I'm saying? Now you see the Christianity trying to get involved. Because you got this festival and this celebration of these monsters and these Celtic gods. Wait a minute, Christianity got to be in there somewhere. Christianity said, I want a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? So soon All Saints Day was incorporated. Some of the traditions of Samhain, All Saints Day incorporated some of those traditions of Samhain. All Saints Day in the Catholic Church is nothing but, evil, wicked idol worship too. Because they adopted some of the same practices as Samhain. Samhain was that Celtic festival that, had people dressing up in masks so they wouldn't get stole by imaginary fairies and talking to dead people, because they believed that, the spirit world, the barrier between the spirit world broke down during this time. It says the evening before was known as All Hallows Eve and later Halloween. So November 1st is All Hallows Eve. The night before, November 1st is All Saints Day. The night before is All Hallows Eve, which later became Halloween. You understand? Now, the Celts who lived, 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area of what's now Ireland and United Kingdom and Northern France, celebrated the new year November 1st. Just like here in America, when do we celebrate the new year? January 1st. November 1st, by the time it's November, it's cold. Everything, it's not fall anymore. All the leaves done fell off the trees. It's cold in November, just like it's cold in January. You understand? This day marked the end of the summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death. The Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, which it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth. So now that's where we get, goons and goblins and dead people, those monsters that look like they was dead first. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is what Halloween became. You understand? Let me see. To commemorate the event, the Druids built huge sacred bonfires where the people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes, typically consisting of animal heads and skins, and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. You understand? When the celebration was over, they relit their hearth fires, which they had extinguished early that evening from their sacred bonfire to help protect them during the coming winter. This is just idol worship, man. Whoa. And now, mind you, during the whole time of Samhain, during this whole celebration, children are dressed up as, animals and goblins, and they dress everybody up in costumes. That's where dressing up in the costumes come from. Now we're going to read about where the candy comes from. The celebration of Halloween was extremely limited in colonial New England because of the rigid Protestant belief systems there. So the Protestants were Catholics that were really strict. They were strict Catholics. You understand? Let me see. Halloween was much more common in Maryland and in the southern colonies. as the beliefs of and customs of different European ethnic groups and the American Indians meshed, a distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge. The first celebrations included play parties, which were public events held to celebrate the harvest, Samhain again. Neighbors would share stories of the dead, Samhain, tell each other's fortunes, Samhain, dance and sing. They would dance and sing around that bonfire, right? Samhain basically coming over here to America. Colonial Halloween festivals also featured the telling of ghost stories and mischief making of all kinds. That's goes the vandalism and the eggs and the mischief going on during Halloween. By the middle of the 19th century, annual autumn festivals were common, but Halloween was not yet celebrated everywhere in the country. In the second half of the 19th century, America was flooded with new immigrants. These immigrants, especially the millions of Irish fleeing the famine in Ireland, helped to popularize the celebration of Halloween. So you got so over here you started getting fall festivals, which they started adopting some of the cultures of Samhain. But then the Irish started coming over here, bringing their culture over here. You understand? And what's one of the prominent schools here in America that's dedicated to the Irish?
So like, would it be the Catholic?
Nah, it's a school that's I mean, ooh wee. Go ahead.
Talking about Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Hey, look, it ain't Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame. They correct you quick. That's Irish culture all over. You got a whole school, which the school brings in revenue to the city. And I mean, you got how many black and Hispanic people go through Notre Dame? How many of them football players get scholarships to go to school at Notre Dame?
Wow.
And be indoctrinated fully with all that Irish culture. You remember that movie Rudy? Who played the janitor? It was The Rock. Not The Rock, but Rock. Remember Rock from the TV show? I'm telling my age. Y'all remember that show Rock?
Yeah.
He played the janitor. He played the janitor that couldn't but wish the white man could. You understand? He was the big old black man that should have been on the football field but never got the chance. But he edged Rudy on. Rudy, you can do it, Rudy. You can. Always got to, you know what I'm saying? Always got to have our love and support for them to succeed, man. You know what I'm saying? Rudy was a little piece of nothing from a family that was from nothing. You know what I'm saying? He go to Notre Dame and become the first walk on whatever to score or run a ball or whatever he did. You know what I'm saying? Had all those black men on that same team that he was on, learning Irish culture, man. And I'm pretty sure they knew all about Samhain. They knew all about the fall, celebrating the fall harvest and all that. All right. So now this is where the candy comes from. Borrowing the European, and I'm in the same article, history.com, and this is the history of Halloween. And you can go, you just pull up the history of Halloween and pull up the article that history.com has on the history of Halloween. So it says, borrowing from European traditions, Americans began to dress up in all costumes and go house to house asking for food or money. And really this was here in America, since America really does not take care of the poor. This was America's, this is what poor people did in America to get food. To get food and a little bit of money to survive. They would go door to door during Halloween and ask for candy or ask for food and money. And it said a practice that eventually became today's trick or treat tradition. Young women believed that on Halloween, they could divine the name or appearance of their future husband by doing tricks with yarn, apple parings, or mirrors. Whatever the hell that is. Good night. These is just single women that just need a man, and they like, look, there's gotta be a man somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this ritual with this mirror. Somebody said if you look at a mirror 7 times and say Candyman, that your husband will come. You understand? They doing all craziness, man, to get that man. You understand? So now it says in the late 1800s, there was a move into America to mold Halloween into a holiday more about community and neighborly get-togethers than about ghosts, pranks, and witchcraft. That's why now you got Halloween as being, you know, a great time of year. You know what I'm saying? Party City gets rich doing Halloween because they got all the models up there in the skeleton outfit, the skeleton costume, and they. Yeah, have you ever noticed the marketing that goes on Halloween? How it's a time where you're supposed to be scared of everything, but no one's scared. No one, even they advertise the costumes, and everybody's standing there smiling, looking like, you know, Herman the Monster from the Addams Family. He looking, you know, he's still smiling. The one that's dressed up like the doctor, that's not a doctor, but the costume like the doctor, he's smiling. The one that's dressed up like the nurse for Halloween, she's smiling. Now the ghosts and the goblins and the goons, them in costume, they smiling too. You understand? And now really, I mean, the Halloween parties, man. The Halloween parties, you know how many wild sex exploits happen during the Halloween party? You ever heard those people on the TV show say, the Halloween party was great. I had sex with Elvira last night. They don't know who this person was. They just know she was dressed up like Elvira. You know what I'm saying? She come in to wear like, I had sex with Count Dracula last night. You understand? They don't know who they having sex with. They just out there just getting it in. You understand? Doing everything lustfulness and just full of evil wickedness on Halloween, man. And now, really, we offer that. We got the history, right? It's from the ancient Celtic festival, Samhain. We finna get the scriptures on it. Now,
So if I made like with the big money, with the holiday for Halloween, the big money, I know you see it. Myself and Shabai Allah was talking about it last night. That they advertise the Woods of Terror everywhere.
Everywhere.
In like 336 area. They advertise it like crazy. They sell the tickets $50, $100.
Right. It was $40. And when I was in the world to go through the Woods of Terror, $40. Basically, the Woods of Terror is this wooded area at this person's house. He got a lot of land. He created this maze at his house that's full of scary things. You go into a cornfield, you come up on a house, you go through the house, everybody jumping out the house dark and it's steamy and things jumping out at you, people dressed up with blood coming out their mouth, holding butcher knives coming out and stuff. It's just to scare you. You go out the back of the house and you go back into the cornfield. And then people be chasing you with chainsaws out, acting like they're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? This is it. And you hear so many dumb stories of people getting their teeth knocked out at the Woods of Terror. Because and it's all in fun and game. And it's people that work in the Woods of Terror every year that's gonna get their teeth knocked out because they jumped out with a plastic knife. And some brother or sister that can't control themselves, know they in the woods of terror, but still gonna punch this dude in the face like they in a full-out fight, K out of war.
Yeah.
You are in the woods of terror, you dummy. You think somebody ain't gonna jump out at you? They gonna jump out at you, but they ain't gonna really hit you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna really chop you. The knife is fake. It's plastic. But they so scared out their damn mind that they haul off and hit the dude working. He just working. He had his job, got to go home with a broken jaw. Because,
lucky.
You know what I'm saying? Because Tyrone done came through there, 266 pounds, and he done jumped out trying to do his job to scare you. Tyrone done bust him square in the nose. Serves you right. Shouldn't be out there.
What?
You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be working in the woods of terror, and you shouldn't be in that Tyrone with your big scary self. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna happen on Halloween, man.
Wow.
And the Lord ain't pleased with it. The Lord was never pleased with idol worship. Never pleased with us, doing like these other nations, man. Now, give me some scriptures on it. Give me the bedrock scripture on it. Not everybody volunteer at once. When your parents or your family members say, "Oh, why you didn't take the kids out for Halloween? It's for the kids."
Salaki.
Come on with it.
I got one precept, if I may. Isaiah 3:12.
Isaiah 3:12. Come on, let's get it.
Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
As for my people, this is the Lord speaking about the lost 12 tribes of Israel, man, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He said, as for my people, children are their oppressors. Meaning, we'll go broke for little Jimmy. We'll go broke for little Timmy, knowing little Timmy don't need the cake, but we get a cake to little Timmy anyway. You understand? And and parents will use money that they could pay a bill with to go and get a costume for their kid and go and get some candy and get all the stuff to celebrate Halloween. And what it means by the children are oppressors, meaning our children got us by a hold. Our children got a hold on us, squeezing us. You understand? Instead of us telling our kids, no, you ain't gonna do that. And what's the number one reason why parents know Halloween is wrong, but celebrate it anyway?
Salaki.
Come on.
Salaki. So if I could take a stab at it, I would say the Christian religion.
The Christian religion, yes, but every mother will say this. When they celebrate these holidays, and we in the UPK, we say, man, you should celebrate them holidays. The Lord is against you when you celebrate those holidays. They say it's for the kids, but then they say something else. The reason why they do it. They know it's wrong, even though we telling them it's wrong, and we showing them the scriptures, but they'll say this one last thing that will let you know that children are oppressors.
Salaki. Would it be safe to say that they would say it's fun?
I'll take that, but it's the thing, it's something else. It's one better.
Right, so giving the candy? No.
Yeah, I mean, it's candy. It's definitely candy. But especially mothers and their children, they'll want the kid to have fun. They'll want the kids to have fun. Now, if you tell them that Halloween is wrong, they'll be like, well, and if you explain it to them like, you celebrating ghosts, You know what I'm saying? Goblins, demons. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is against demons. So why would you want to associate your child with something that the Lord is going to shun? The Lord ain't going to be pleased with that. You shouldn't let your child celebrate Halloween. What they going to say? What is a good praying mother going to say? A good Holy Ghost rolling, fire baptized, Bashkula Hishikashi Tashi, holy rolling mama going to say? He going to be left out. I don't want to leave my kid out.
Yeah.
He gonna hate me because you didn't leave him out.
Right.
He gonna feel everybody else gonna have candy and my kid ain't gonna have no candy. Right. Everybody else gonna get a costume. I can't get my child no costume. They gonna feel left out. We do it for the kids.
Yeah. Oh God.
Hey, look, man. One night of the year, say no to them damn kids. Right. Say no. One night of the year. Let's start with Halloween. Let's start with Halloween by saying no. Little, you know, Erica or whatever her name is. We're not gonna dress you up like Tinkerbell this year. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And she say, I ain't gonna get no candy like everybody else. Then you say, well, you know what? Let it burn. Be like Usher. You know, you don't need no candy. Right. You don't need no candy. You know what I'm saying? If you want candy, just go get some candy. Right. Just go get some, but don't eat the Halloween candy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine how it changes the psyche of a child when the whole earth is promoting Halloween. The whole earth is promoting Halloween. That child is looking up to the parent to tell them what to do. I remember I would do whatever my mother and, you know, however I was instructed to do that was going to be beneficial to me, I would do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my mama, I could fall and bust my head, blood coming down. My mama come up to me, wipe the blood off, put a Band-Aid on it, kiss it. You all right? Yeah. Would immediately disappear. You trying to tell me you can't tell your child no? You tell your child, well, we gonna eat some candy, but we ain't eating the Halloween candy. Right. I don't get that away. They get that out of here. I don't want that Halloween candy. That's nasty candy. You find after a while your kid gonna be like, that's Halloween. They're gonna be telling their friends, that's Halloween candy. That's that nasty candy. Right. They emulate what they see. The only reason why a child even want candy on Halloween is because ever since they was knee high to a duck, we've been Halloween, trick or treat. So they learn Halloween, trick or treat. That's what they learn. Right. You understand? Like, kids don't really care, man. Kids really don't give a damn. You think kids give a damn? You know, everybody like, well, the kid, her feelings gonna be hurt. I told my daughter we wasn't celebrating Christmas no more. My daughter was like, okay. Like, I'm thinking, man, I'm finna be a bad father. I'm finna tell my daughter she ain't celebrating Christmas no more. I'm finna take Christmas away. Trying to be in the truth and trying to take Christmas away. My daughter looked at me for 5 minutes and was like, okay. She ran. I think she rode her bike after that. They don't give a damn. Think these kids really care? And if they do care, they only care because they see somebody else care. You understand? Like, they see somebody else care. So you don't have to worry about being a bad parent. For once, just don't celebrate Halloween because you know the history of it.
That's right.
You understand? You, as the parent, you know the history that Halloween is not a day that the Most High is pleased with. So you ain't got to celebrate it. Don't go against the Most High, because then if you go against the Most High, then he'll be against you. Now,
Salaki,
go ahead.
If I may, with the whole, with the candy, right, with the trick or treat, I'm gonna be in the world, being a kid. I grew up north, right? We used to go trick or treat and have bags of candy for one. Like we would steal other kids' bags of candy. That's the
night of mischief. That's the night of mischief, out of war.
They steal they candy. Like, give me your candy. Anyhow, like, and we all was told that we gotta check each piece of candy. Like, it was a whole campaign to check each piece of candy. And I remember being a young kid, and me and my folk would sit there and look at each piece of candy. And I remember thinking, like, why the hell we even getting the candy if we got to sit here and look at it for, you know what I mean?
Right. If you got to sift through it to try to find the piece of candy that's been tampered with.
Right.
And even just to piggyback off you a little bit, K out of war, you getting candy that may be detrimental to your health. How confusing is that to a child? They got a bag full of candy. Oh, this candy ain't safe though. We gotta dump it out all on the bed. We gotta root through it. Now, sure enough, if you find an apple in your candy bag, what's that, K out of war?
Salaki.
If you find an apple in the candy bag, what's that?
That's no bueno.
That's a hell no.
Yeah.
The hell, you find a piece of fruit in your candy bag. That's a no. You gotta throw that fruit there. You gotta throw that fruit. And then what's so bad about it is your parents are teaching you how to survive, how to maneuver in this dangerous situation. They put you in a dangerous situation. Now, all year long, you hear, don't take candy from strangers.
Right.
Do not talk to strangers.
Right.
Don't go with strangers. Halloween night, you send them out in the world going, go to strangers. Take candy from strangers. Talk to strangers. You understand? Now, they don't understand that it ain't Halloween no more. So, even if it is Halloween, when they see the van pull up and you know, Lester the molester, Salakia, excuse my French, he holding a handful of candy going, I got some candy. You understand? And the whole child molester van, he out there hanging out the sliding door like, I got some candy. Come on, you can get this candy. He in the whole child molester van, and the child is looking like, hey, he got candy. On Halloween, we can take candy. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, the door closed, and your child is never to be found again. Right. You want to risk that. You want to risk that all for candy, and also they won't feel left out. When you would rather teach them the valuable lesson of never take any candy from strangers.
That's right.
You understand? So when Halloween roll around and Lester the molester drive up and say, take this candy, they won't be thinking, well, I took the candy before, weighing that in their head. They'll just automatically know, that ain't no bueno. No bueno. You know what I'm saying? They won't have no discrepancy. They won't have to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the other kids is contemplating because they ain't in this truth. They ain't doing what we do. They're not following the Most High. So they kids are in danger, man. You putting your child in danger. Anybody that let their child go out and celebrate Halloween and trick or treat, you really hate your kids. That's what you're saying. You're saying, I hate your guts. Go into this dangerous situation. Maybe you won't come back. You understand? But you putting your child in a very, very dangerous situation. So hey, read. You got anything else on that, K out of war?
Lies.
So go back from the top, brother. Read the scripture again for me.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressor.
Right.
And women rule over them.
And women rule over. Instead of our strong men ruling our families, women rule our families, man. We let the weaker vessel rule our families. You understand? The ones that's supposed to be protected. That sister's supposed to be in there being protected,
Right.
being taking care of that home, making sure those kids are fed, not having to worry about the danger on the outside.
Right.
You understand? That man's supposed to worry about the danger on the outside. He's supposed to warn the kids that this is danger. This is dangerous right here. Don't do this because this is dangerous. But the women gotta do that job, and we see that a woman is not equipped to do that job because she had a kid out there in Halloween candy and getting the Halloween candy, saying, "Well, we don't want to leave the kids left out. We do it for the kids." Yeah, how many times you ever heard that? How many times have a brother heard, "I'm just doing it for the kids"? Right. You hear that all the time, man. When really we for the kids, that's why we shouldn't do it. That's why we shouldn't do it, because we love our children.
That's right.
We love our children, man, and we don't want our children in danger. You understand? So now that ain't on that.
Come.
All right. Go to Salaki. Let me make sure this is the right one. Go to Exodus 20 and 3. I'm gonna give you we gonna walk you all the way down to the obvious. You understand? We're gonna walk you all the way down to the obvious tonight. We're gonna pull a couple precepts on it, and then we're gonna close it up, man. You understand? The history of Halloween is a very evil, wicked one.
Right.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You understand? That's the Most High saying you can't serve another God, man. You understand? You can't make candy your God for one night.
Right.
You understand? Like it's like K.R. the War said. It's children, it's brothers and sisters out there doing anything for that candy. He's taking candy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You committing crime to get candy. You stealing for that candy. You understand? And the whole time, this whole thing is because of candy.
Right.
Candy is what disguises Halloween into something that a child would want to participate in. Why? Because America wants to kidnap your children.
Right.
Why would you disguise the celebration of goblins and goons? Why would you put candy into it? Right. You put candy into it to entice kids, man. Right. To entice kids and Barakatah Yahweh Shai for just his mercy, man. You know what I'm saying? Mercy for keeping us safe. Because I know we used to walk miles and miles. We used to walk miles to the mall, to our local mall, right? And everybody in the mall and even the people out in the parking lot used to give you candy. And I'm a kid, a little kid, you know what I'm saying? 8, 7 years old, walking out, and we didn't take bags, we took the pillowcases. We took the pillowcases. Yeah. We would have a pillowcase so heavy you have to throw it over your back, like you running away from home. They used to think we had pillows in there that was full of candy. You know what I'm saying? And we walked miles to get to the mall. And we could have left one Halloween year and never came back, man. Right. Because that was such a dangerous situation. And that's the one night a year where my mama would let me stay out past curfew. I'm 8 years old. It's 10 o'clock and I'm coming in the house. I'm 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm 10 years old with a group of kids. A group of kids, me and my buddies, a group of kids. Just walking down in the neighborhood asking for candy. Not even realizing who could be in them neighborhoods, man. Who could have been in there? You know what I'm saying? all in those dark neighborhoods with those houses that's dark. Some people used to dress up in costume and stand still in the yard, and then when the kid come up there, they jump out and scare the kids. Right. That could have been your neighborhood kidnapper right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? All praise be to the Most High that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Been put in several dangerous situations, and we all put our kids in dangerous situations every Halloween that we celebrate, man. You understand? And like they said, during this time, it's the time where the barrier between the spiritual world and the regular world is breachable, meaning they can come through. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High in the scripture says, "I shall have no other gods before me." You can't worship nothing else above the Most High. You understand? Can't serve a day. You can't serve this day like every day, every Halloween. You got to have a costume. You know what I'm saying? You got to be pushed into that ritual, man. That's the worship of an idol god, man. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Now, go ahead.
So if I could add on to what you're saying, is so heavy, right? With they selling us candy, right? Salaki. What I was gonna say, how like the general say, like if you go to the store, they got all kind of flavors of candies or blunts, right?
Right.
Sell us all kind of flavors of candy, right? And then nowadays they sell all kind of flavors of candy of the vape.
Right.
Vaping, right. And then they even like sell you the sexual deviancy part of it. I remember watching an episode of Cross the Line Radio. These sisters came up there talking about how they was playing on the playful spirit of people, like the childish playful spirit of people, and even if like young sisters and how they do, like in the music videos, they dress with the lime green hair and they try to sell the candy to us and to the youth, and it's so wicked. It's so
wicked. Make everything like candy. Everything candy and bright colors like candy. And yeah, you right, brother. That's what this society do, man. That's exactly what this society do, and it's wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? Go to Amos 5:21. That's the bedrock scripture right there. Amos 5:21, man.
Amos 5. Chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days.
The Most High said what?
I hate.
Everybody say that the Most High don't hate. And the first two words of that scripture is I hate. And this is the Most High speaking, man. The Most High does hate, man. It's things he hate and it's things he loves. So the Most High said he hate what?
I despise your feast days.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
You understand? The Most High said he despised our feast days, man. And Halloween is a feast day. Why? Because you feast on candy. The big feast on candy on Halloween, man. Right. A feast is just a smorgasbord of food. You understand? It's gonna be kid, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know, survive the Halloween, and Lord have mercy. But it's gonna be a whole slew of kids, man, dumping out whole smorgasbord, gonna get sick off the candy, eating so much candy, man. And the Lord said he hates it, he despises it. Not only do he hate it, he despises it. That's like a special kind of hatred. You know what I'm saying? That's like a intense hatred. You understand? He despises our feast days, man. You know what I'm saying? Now go to Jeremiah 10:1. Jeremiah 10 and verse 1.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the words which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
When we gonna stop trying to learn the heathen ways, man?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? The ways of these other nations. The way, the cultures of these other nations, man. This right here is clearly the culture of the Celts, the Irish. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole group of people, a whole different group of white people. You understand that we learning their ways, we learning what they do, and getting upset because we can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Defying the Most High because you can't do what He's telling you not to do. You understand? Like, and then turn right around and say we love the Lord. Say we love God with all our hearts and all our minds. Where God is saying He hate our feast days. He hate the days that we have these big feasts here in America, man. It's high holy days that we supposed to celebrate. The Feast of Hanukkah is coming up. But ain't nobody learning about that. Ain't nobody learning that it's a feast, it's feast days. It's the week of Hanukkah. It's many days. And you know what I'm saying? It's more than one day. That whole time we celebrate Hanukkah, man. It's the Feast of Dedication. And it's a story behind it, how we lost the temple, but we got it back. And so we rededicated the temple to the Most High. And that's something glorious, man. It ain't a day where we celebrate ghosts and goblins and fool ourselves with candy. Fool ourselves to think, well, this is not, I'm not frightened out of my mind. Here's some candy. And even in the scriptures, the scripture says, He didn't give us a spirit of fear. You understand? So why are we trying to scare ourselves? Why are we trying to be frightened, man? You should not feel frightened.
Well, you
understand? You should not be frightened at all. So you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't promote each other. We shouldn't promote this, oh, I'ma scare you and all this other stuff, all this wicked nonsense, man.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So keep going.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Meaning you ain't got to look into the stars. Right. You ain't got to look into the stars for, your horoscope and all that other mess. And, oh, I'm Sagittarius. So the stars, the Sagittarius constellation is right here. And Sagittarius, we all think that, this way and it's true. And man, nah, man. The Most High said, don't learn the way of the heathen. Why? Because the heathen ways are not the Most High ways. And He said, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. I mean, what's in the heavens? Don't be dismayed at the signs. You know what I'm saying? Don't have them, because the shooting star, the horoscope say when the shooting star go over to there in the night on the right side of the sky, then I'm gonna find my love mate. Oh man, that is bull jive, man.
What?
You know what I'm saying? These people living their whole life by them damn constellations, man. By shapes of stars in the sky. The shapes that the stars make in the sky is people that's framing their whole life's work around them shapes of stars in the sky. Orion's belt is in the fourth equinox. And when the fourth equinox cross with Orion's belt, they create a habitable plane where it rains down the kinetic energy. Man, shut up and sit down. And matter of fact, come into the Isupk.
That's right.
Come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian and learn your culture. Now, if you are some other nation, some heathen nation other than the Israelite, go look at the stars. Stare at the stars till your neck get a crook in it. You know what I'm saying? Create your whole life around them, around the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and Orion's Belt. Live your life by it. Who cares? Who gives a damn? But if you're an Israelite, the Lord cares about what his people do, how his people conduct themselves. And he left behind a set of rules that we should use to conduct ourselves, that we have to abide by so we can please the Lord and be on his side. You understand? So keep going, brother.
For the heaven is like, for the heathens are dismayed at them. Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain.
Meaning the custom of these heathen nations are vain. They don't mean anything.
Wow.
They don't mean nothing. That whole festival of Samhain, during this time where they think that the spirit world is easier to communicate with, it means absolutely nothing. Right. It has nothing. It's not a time to communicate with spirits. You understand? 5K out of war, find me the law on familiar spirits.
Go.
There's definitely a scripture on it, man. You talking about, doing Halloween, it's everybody's chance to talk about the spirit world and how they dead grandmother is still around. And I know that old Mom Betsy and old Mom Maybelle is still around here somewhere, because every time you say their name, that leaf on that tree over there blow to the side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all this wickedness, man. That is not of the Most High, and we're gonna pull the scripture on, with those familiar spirits, man. Somebody who think that they can communicate with dead people. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Go ahead.
So, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, and verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times.
Meaning you cannot make your son or your daughter pass through the fire. During the time of the worship of all these false gods, like the god Molech, all these false gods, the pagan gods, they used to sacrifice. They used to build an altar and light it on fire, and they would sacrifice their children to these gods. You understand? We sacrifice our children to gods all the time.
Wow.
In the Christian church, you know what I'm saying? In the Christian church, we sacrifice to idols all the time. We send our little young kids to the Bible school and the vacation Bible school, and they get drilled. They get drilled on Jesus love everybody. You know what I'm saying? They get drilled in Christianity. You know what I'm saying? We make our kids pass through the fire up there in the north by sending them to Catholic school and letting them learn. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna worship the sun god, then you send your kids to church on Sunday. You allow your child to go into the church house on Sunday because you worship the sun god and you want to dedicate your child to the sun god, and so you send them to church on Sunday. If you are Muslim and you want to sacrifice your child to the Muslim god, you send them straight to the mosque. You send them straight to the mosque, and you go to the mosque and you train them how to bang their head on the cement every time a day. You know what I'm saying? You passing your child through the fire, meaning you're initiating them. It's the same thing like pledging. Like pledging when you was in college. When you was in college, you pledged to that fraternity, and when you was pledging, they was taking you through a series of things to prove your loyalty, to prove your fealty to this group of people. And you know, a lot of people call it hazing or whatever, but during that time, you learning the culture, you learning the history, you learning who started it, you learning the dates, you learning information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You being passed through the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been initiated. And that's why when they finish, they call it crossing the burning sands. You understand? Because you getting passed through the fire doing that initiation and pledging, man. You understand? And you can't do that. You can't cause your children to pass through the fire, to learn other cultures, to learn how to celebrate and worship other gods. Go ahead. Where you at?
Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 10.
Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Now, you see where it says familiar spirits?
Come, verse 11.
Okay, go ahead, keep going.
Or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch.
Now, wait, we gotta back up. Back up. Say that again.
Or an observer of times.
Or an observer of times. This is an observer of times right here. You know what I'm saying? Halloween is an observation of time.
Right.
Like this is celebrating the fall harvest, which is the fall equinox, man. You understand? Like this if you're an observer of time, then you're like what's an observer of time? What's an example? Where that little thing that women say don't wear white after August. You know how women say don't wear white after August? It's bad luck or something. It's a locket. No one ever heard that. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. so you know the sister had to verify. Yeah, I've heard it. You know what I'm saying? I've heard of that. Yeah, because they observe of times. You know what I'm saying? You like anything where you this time that you observing, it's not according to the Most High saying observe this day or whatever. Like when you celebrate Halloween and these holidays, you're an observer of times. You're saying, well, this time of year, or this time in the month, we do this. And it ain't according to the scriptures. Right. It's probably a better example I could give, you know what I'm saying? I could give, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all get the point. Right. So go ahead, brother. K out of war.
John, or an observer of times, or an enchanter.
Or an enchanter. That person that said, that number no them Buddhist worshipers. You know what I'm saying? Or an enchanter. Like this person deals in enchantments, deals in potions, and deals in if you do this, if you the people that burn in them sages, burning that sage. That's an enchantment, man. That's you dealing with all these, the crystals, them crystal worshipers.
God.
Crystal worshipers, like if you hold these two crystals close to your heart, then it'll change the frequency of your body. All that bull jive. An enchanter, man. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Or a witch.
Or a witch. What's a witch? That's what I want to ask. Go ahead.
Like I said, that would be dealing with the I'll be coming across those that be talking about the chakras and all of that.
Right, come. The chakras. That's an enchanter, man.
Come, Salah.
Go ahead. What's a modern day witch? Like you wouldn't call them a witch today because you would call her a what?
Salak.
Come on.
B-I is.
No. Not a bitch. A modern day witch is what? A modern day sorcerer is what?
Salak.
You take the Christianity. Okay, when we say witch, y'all think about somebody that's giving me the eye of Newt and boom, you know, shim bam bim. That's what you're thinking about. Don't think about that. Just think about what a witch does. What every time you see a witch on the cartoon, what's she either on a broom? That's one of the symbols, or what?
Making a potion.
She what?
Making a potion.
Come on, say it again.
Making a potion.
What's a modern day witch?
A Salaki. A pharmacist.
Ha! Come on, K out of war. Bring it home, K out of war.
A drug dealer.
Get it, brother.
That's it.
That's it, man. That's a modern day witch.
Yeah.
It's just a woman. It's just a girl drug dealer. It's a girl drug dealer. She whipping the woo and the coking the bird, cooking the birds. Is that in K out of war? She cooking up some birds, man. You understand? She making that potion. You understand? She doing just like a pharmacist. You understand? Just like a sorcerer would, making that potion. You know what I'm saying? Putting the water in the baking soda, letting it rock up. I don't know the recipe, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Making that potion. Then you take the potion and you gone. You done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. A witch.
Verse 11. Or a charmer.
Or a charmer. You know what I'm saying? Who's a modern day charmer, man? Who's a charmer that's a wicked? That's right. Damn right. He just a charmer and come to me. He's a charmer, man, whispering to y'all sweet. You understand? Go ahead.
Or a consulter with familiar spirits.
What's a consulter with familiar spirits, man? Now, all of these things the Lord is speaking against, man. He's speaking against these things, meaning don't be these things. So during Halloween, why are you going to dress up like a witch? Right. You know what I'm saying? That I got a question online. You see that question, K out of war?
No, Kyle, just about to say, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
The sister got a question, Sister Jessica Harris. The Salakia. What about the witches that actually say they perform spells and enchantments?
A spell and enchantment, you know what I'm saying? It's speaking against all of that. You understand? A spell ain't nothing but a potion. You understand? A spell it falls in the same line with it. We ain't dealing with. You're not supposed to deal with those people. You understand? Hold on 1 second.
Slacky, sir. If I may, I know. I myself, I got Ephraimites, Benjamites, Judites, Levites, all in my family.
Right.
And I got female relatives in my family way back in the day that be like, "Yo, don't eat her spaghetti."
Right. Come.
They'll say stuff like that. They don't eat that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look. We in the South. We know about the spaghetti trick. We know about the spaghetti potion. K out of war. You know what I'm saying? And now for the sister precept, go to Exodus 22 and 18 real quick, and then jump back. Hold what you got right there. K out of war. Go to Exodus 22 and 18. Read it real quick. If you got a person that you know that's professing to be a witch, that actually they tell you they gonna perform some enchantments and some spell, they gonna make a spell, they gonna do a spell. Man, look here. Read it, K out of war. You got it? Who got it?
Exodus 22.
Nah, the brother got it right here. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Thou shalt not what?
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Read verse above it.
Verse 17. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry.
Okay, that's the dowry, right? Now read the next verse. 20. Now read the next. Read 18.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Meaning these are the laws that Moses was given to the children of Israel. And he said, the Lord Most High said, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Meaning, don't even tolerate a witch. You understand? Somebody claiming to be a witch, if in the nation of Israel, they had to be put to death. You understand? So now the Most High the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the Lord is not going. The Lord don't tolerate witches yesterday, today, and forever. You understand? So if there's a person that you know that's saying, they do spells, Lord, not even Lord be with her. The Lord is going to put you to death. Right. You understand? The Lord is going to bring that on you. You understand? That's a punishment from the Lord that you're going to have to endure, or that you're going to have to take. Right. You should not be calling yourself a witch. If you're an Israelite woman, you should not be calling yourself a witch doing spells and enchantments. Right. You understand? That is not something permissible for us to do. So now, K out of war, finish that out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, and verse 11. Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits.
A consultant with familiar spirits is basically a person that said they can contact your dead relative. They can speak to your dead father. Your father going on, but it's people all the time that be talking about I know Uncle Benny's still around. He ain't left us. He's still in this house and all that other bull jive. And then you get somebody to come up there and act like they can talk to Uncle Benny for you. You can't deal with these people. These people are not in the favor or the good graces of the Most High. Keep going, K out of war.
Or a wizard.
Or a what?
Wizard.
Or a what?
Wizard.
What is a modern day wizard?
Salah.
Come on.
A drug dealer.
A male drug dealer. That's it. That's it. That's a modern day wizard, man. A wizard or a warlock is a dude. It's a brother that's dealing dope. You understand? He cooking up the birds too. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High ain't gonna tolerate you if you are a female pharmacist. You know what I'm saying? Or a male one. He ain't gonna tolerate you if you sell drugs. Not a female pharmacist that goes to school and get a license to practice pharmacology. But a street pharmacist, you understand? You cannot be a female or a male and deal in drugs, underneath the government or outside of the law of the government. Right. You can't do that. The Lord is against you for that. You know what I'm saying? I hope I gave a good, history and background of Halloween. You know what I'm saying? I hope, I pray that, it edifies, the ones, if anybody needed an adequate scripture on why we don't celebrate Halloween, Amos 5:21, Jeremiah 10:1. You know what I'm saying? Those are the two bedrock scriptures, the reason why we don't celebrate Halloween and any other holiday here in America that's not the holidays of the scriptures that's stated in Leviticus, right? You understand? So if you want to know what days we celebrate, go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. It'll tell you every day that we celebrate, and those are the most high holy days. You know what I'm saying? So with that, clap it up. saying? We're in the class right here. Good scripture breakdown class on Halloween, man. I'm gonna say Shalom, Yahaba Shem Yasha Brokatah, the officer K out of war, the water for joining us for class today, brother. And Lord willing, I'll see you soon. And we're gonna close out with the Lord's Prayer, all right? Imagine. Let me read the announcements first. We're the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Started out of 1 West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tues, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10th of every penny of any increase that the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Hanukkah. It's called the Feast of Dedication. You find it in, I may be incorrect on the date, but I got it right now as December 9th. 1 second. It is Wednesday, December 9th for 8 days. And you can find it in 1 Maccabees 4 and 52 through 61. And I may be incorrect on the date, but we'll come back and correct it. But Salaki.
It's 28th of November.
It's the 28th of November. That's the calendar you're looking at? Forward it to me. I got it. I must have got an incorrect calendar here. No sweat. But it's the Feast of Hanukkah, right? The 28th of November, the space of 8 days. You can find it in 1 Maccabees, chapter 6 and chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. All right. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. There's black boots, pants, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amadium. Wapinya Akwadam. Amadium means to stand. Wapinya Akwadam means to and face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Ratizaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharatiza, Kuwa, Haya, Bashemaya, Lathunana, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakna, Kabawatna, Kasalakna, Kabawatyana, Wala'a, Tabi'ana, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashana, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparath, Lawalumium, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Saul means to turn. Be seated. We're going to give one minute salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Saw means to turn. Sister Ahmadium. We give one courtesy salute to the sister, men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmadium, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Matah, class is mentioned.